All right, shalom, shalom. First up, I'd like to say, call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Akakadash, the bonds, elders, apostles, a great millstone, who taught us his truth, and salutation of like to Israel. This brother talks about today's lesson is going to be about these philosophies. All right, this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb. That's the elect. Okay, these are they which were not defiled with woman. Okay, and that's now a part of it is talking about the actual woman, but the whole part of it is talking about these philosophies. Okay, the philosophies of this world, of Babylon the Great. Okay, that's what that's talking about. Okay, the idolatry, the Islamic shit, the Islam shit, the Christianity shit, all these different beliefs. Okay, that's trying to get you away from the Lord. Okay, and that's what Satan's doing. That's Satan's whole goal. But that's what Esau's Edom's goal was. That's what he really did. These are they which were not defiled with women. Okay, and a lot of men were defiled with these women because it's seducing. It sounds good. Sounds great. Oh, this is how it's supposed to be. God loves everybody type shit. That's how it's supposed to be for them. For the world. You can continue to do your wickedness, but just know that God loves you. And you can do whatever you want. You can, God is white man. All this are his philosophies, but it sounds good. Okay, it sounds good. Just like what does a woman do? A deceitful woman. She looks good, sounds good. When you go talk to her and shit, they tell you, they butter you up and shit, tell you all this bullshit. But the whole time they fucking lying to you. It's nothing but lies. And they ended up in the end, they end up doing the complete fucking opposite. Okay, that's what that scripture's talking about. That's what it's fully talking about. Okay, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressively that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And those are the doctrines. Okay, this is those that don't. Now you men that are defiled with women, that's the doctrines. Okay, these are the evil doctrine, the seducing spirits. That's what these philosophies are. They're seducing. It's like I said, they sound great. It sounds good. It makes it look like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. That you can go venture off and go find you and go do what you gotta do, and nothing for the Lord. All you gotta do is pray here and there whenever you fucking feel like it. Go to church maybe on a Saturday, and break down the scripture on what it means to you. No, fuck no. All that's wrong. You're supposed to always pray to Yahweh Shemel Shah. And then, they teaching you to, to all these, that you can believe in whatever the fuck you want to believe. That, oh God. And then this is another damn thing. It's another thing. How the fuck is there multiple fucking gods? Who the fuck is the king? See? But that's the foolishness of our people and what they believe. These are these mixed doctrines. Okay? You've got some in Israel that claim that they in the truth, speaking wayward with the doctrines, like fucking IUIC saying Christ and shit. These are off-ass doctrines teaching you shit that'll make you that's gonna make you fall off the truth. You got men teaching that the chip ain't real, it's an actual chip. You're eating it. This is all fake doctrines. Trying to make it sound good. But that's not what it is. Like I said, a woman. It's the same fucking damn thing. Like a woman, man. A deceitful, seducing woman. Because these women are seducing as hell. They can talk a man out hey, man, out his shit. They get you ready, boom, boom, boom. The bitch probably got a man at home, but she gonna convince you that it's okay to go pop that pussy. But right, that's seducing though, right? That's how these women are. That's how it is. It sounds good. But these are evil spirits, man. These are evil spirits. And then next thing you know, that, since you're not taught up, since you're not teached up, or since, you're still wavering, or since you want to be a fool and listen to your flesh, next thing you know, you committed adultery, dealing with a bitch, that's constantly nagging, telling you this and that, gonna go fucking cheat on you and shit, but ain't gonna come tell you, oh baby, I won't do that again, I'm sorry, I was just under the influence. They talk you, start talking you shit, or spouting fucking nonsense, man, trying to plead their cause. You might have fucking caught the ass, knew what they did, knew they did some off-ass shit, man, know you're supposed to get rid of that bitch, but then you fall for that seducing spirit, and then you end up still dealing with the motherfucker. See, these seducing spirits out here is strong. It's strong, man. With these women physically, and these all wayward ass doctrines, man, and these philosophies. But it's fucking strong, man. That's why you gotta be on point. That's why you got to constantly examine yourself day and night. This is why you gotta constantly read and stay find the right teachers. Which is the apostles of GMS and the elders. And those on down, that's teaching right, in GMS, and stick with that. Okay, and keep rolling, man. Don't be going out finding every rich way, finding everybody that's this random, this, like, nah, man. Don't be going out to looking at other campsites and shit, random campsites that's not speaking the right doctrine, and trying to compare the two, which one you like the best. Because those are them seducing spirits. They're going to tell you what you would always wanted to hear and not the truth. All right? Now, the Spirit speaketh expressly that the latter times some shall depart from the faith. And that's how motherfuckers end up leaving. They be, so long in the truth. They feel like, so long in the truth, oh, shit, ain't nothing happening. They can't hold on, keep going. They hear something else that somebody else said. They couldn't truly break it down or understand it, or they agree more with what that person said. They're like, oh, shit, man, that sounds better. And then next thing you know, they depart from the Lord. They depart from faith, because they got seduced. Because they got seduced, man. All right? Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Seducing spirits and doctrine of devils. This whole world's a fucking seducing spirit, man. This whole world is, man. Even, being, everything in it, man. Wanting to be a part of the world, trying to get the fame and the glory. All that, is that not seducing? Doesn't that not all look good? But it doesn't show you what's behind closed doors. And what's behind closed doors? The shit they gotta do for the fame. The shit that they gotta do, to have what they have, to be as famous as they is. The shit that they have to do, to be considered on top. They gotta do their little humiliation rituals and shit. They got rituals they gotta fucking do, man. But they ain't never gonna speak on that, until the end is really, really what's real limited and now. But until the end, that's it. Esau's kingdom's done. But they ain't gonna speak on that, man. But you can find it out there, though. You can find it out there, man. Go, search it up for yourself. But, that's a heavy seducing spirit, man. All right? They tell you, oh, you can't teach this. You can't say that. This ain't what you can do, But if you don't do this, if you don't speak of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, if you don't speak of God, leave it, I'm going to give you riches upon riches. You're going to have the bitches, everything. You're going to have the women, you're going to have the jewelry, the clothes, the fame. Everywhere you go, everyone's going to be screaming your name. Just don't be speaking of God. When you rapping, go rap about hate against the people, man. And if you do, rap about the bullshit, rap about, you could be who you want, but believe in who you want. Oh, you could be gay. You can be LGBTQ. This is the shit, that they got to do. And that's going to be required. And that is required for them to have what they got, And now let's not get deeper into it when they got to lose their fucking manhood. Because if you will notice, all these motherfuckers be hanging around faggots and shit. All these big time motherfuckers, man. These big time streamers, NFL players, basketball players, they all be hanging around faggots and shit, man. You know, and the only time you gonna hang out with a faggot is if you is one. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's just the truth. If you ain't swinging that way, you shouldn't be around that way. Feel what I'm saying? But hey, that's what it costs in this world, man. All right. Now the Spirit speaketh, and that's how you know that the Lord ain't dealing with you motherfuckers, man. The Lord ain't dealing with y'all, cause y'all over here trying to look for the money, you know. So you're willing to not look for the things of the Lord, to not teach up your people right, to not bring back the elect, just for yourself, just for you to I'm just gonna join hand in hand with Satan, with Esau, with the heathen nation. I'm just gonna join hand in hand, be as you. Not know who the fuck you are. That's why 2/3 of our people don't get destroyed. This is why the men fall out the truth. You know, this is why they fall out, because they got seduced by these seducing spirits. You know, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their consciousness seared with the hot iron. See, they over there speaking lies and shit, being hypocrites and shit like that, man. Having their conscience seared with hot iron. So what they genuinely believe, after a minute, they speak so much fucking lies that they themselves start to believe in their own lies. You know, you can't tell a motherfucker nothing. You know, or you can't tell me shit. What I'm saying is correct. That's a fucking fool. You know, when you can't rebuke a motherfucker. When you tell someone you off and they is going off, man, and they off, and you can't tell them they going off, he's a fucking fool, and they not part of the elect. But it's what they do. Their conscience is seared with a hot iron. They believe in everything what they say. You know, everything what they say is correct. You know? So they start telling so much fucking lies that they start to believe that the earth is fucking flat. At first they didn't believe it, but they started saying it. And they said it so fucking much that the earth is fucking flat. I don't give a fuck. Look at whatever the fuck you say, man. You know, this is the shit, man. And these guys genuinely believe that shit. That's because why they minds are seared with the hot iron. See? The Lord got them blinded. They're not able to see the truth, man. Okay? They're not able to see past a little box. You know? They're not able to see past Babylon. They're not able to see past this. Okay? They're only able to see this world. They're only able to see the wickedness of this world. They're only able to see this world. They can't see past the next life. They can't see when the Lord's coming back. You know? So yeah, man. So, you know, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their consciousness seared with a hot iron. And that's what all these men got, man. That's what a lot of these motherfuckers got, especially these fallouts. And these men speaking false doctrines and shit. They want to go out and do their own thing and shit. You know? This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 1. My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding. So you know, bow your ear to the Lord, to these scriptures. Bow your ear to the Most High. Okay? So attend to his understanding. Give ear to his understanding. All right? So attend to his wisdom. Don't be going against it. And how do we do that? Because we got teachers that's ahead of us who the Lord was dealing with that taught you. You know, so listen to it. Don't be trying to listen to it and then go and try to flip it and make it 2 to 3, 5 to 10. Don't be trying to do all that shit, man. Keep it rolling. Man, keep it and grow within the truth that was taught to you. That thou mayest regard discretion and that thy lips may keep knowledge. So everything, you know, that what you might keep the knowledge, man. That way you will never forget it and keep your spirit right. You know, when you start speaking, you know, you speaking right. And when you do mess up, you go correct yourself, or another brother come correct you. You're like, oh yeah, calm, yeah, shalaka. You know, because that happens. You know that happens, man. That happens. All right. For the lips of a strange woman dropped as in honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. See? So when a woman talks, it's smooth. Whole time, you know, it's delicate, it's nice. You know, everything, it sounds so right. The whole time, bro, she's leading you into some shit. That's why when a lot of motherfuckers, when they get set up, a lot of motherfuckers use a woman. Okay, because they deceitful like that. Okay, because why? They seducing like that. All right, this is why we gotta have the spirit. We gotta be right. This is why we gotta be on our P's and Q's. All right. So that's the same thing, with these doctrines. And look, it sounds right, sounds nice. This is how it should be. Yeah, they right. This. Oh yeah, it should be like this. Yeah. God is actually white, blue-eyed, man. Yeah. But the whole time, pastor telling you shit. Yeah, God is a white man. All this shit, man. You can believe whatever you want. Islam is the way. Believe in the fucking universe. Mother Nature or the universe created you. Who the fuck created the universe? You tell me just read Genesis, motherfucker. But hey, man, but they sit there. These motherfuckers generally sit there. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is right. Instead of going through the Bible and reading for themselves. Because why? It sounds right. It sounds good. So they tend to listen to these philosophies, man. These doctrines, man. So you gotta be on your watch. Because 9 times out of 10, bro, if the world is with it, it's wrong. The gist of it is if the world is with it, it's wrong. It's completely fucking off. Okay? But her end is bitter as wormwood. See? Her end is bitter as wormwood. Why? Because it's sharp as a two-edged sword. Why? Because it's poisonous. See? It's not gonna fucking kill you immediately. Nah, but it's gonna slowly kill your ass. It's gonna slowly kill you because at the end of the day, they also teach you, like I said, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Believe on what you want to believe, or do whatever you believe you could do it. That whatever that fucking little American sign with that dude with the hat and shit they be having on at schools and shit. So and the next thing you know, the people they end up being faggots and shit, selling dope, smoking weed, hating their people and shit, hating their parents and shit, going off, like I said, teaching bullshit, because why they slowly dying, they've been poisoned, and they slowly being killed off. Spiritually, man, this is spiritual. They being killed off from the Lord, and that's how Esau's rolling with this shit. It's like, I ain't gonna do it fast. I'm gonna slowly kill you off. So I'm gonna feed y'all this poison. Boy, I'm gonna feed y'all this poison. You gonna eat my shit up. So whatever the fuck I say you gonna eat up, you ain't gonna look at it. You ain't gonna look at it for yourself. See, I'm gonna hide the truth. How they hide the truth? In a book. Cause I know a nigga ain't gonna read a book. See, and that's how Esau thinks. And it's true. These motherfuckers don't read for themselves. They don't go and study. They don't do it. They're too great with what they already know, what their parents taught them. They're like, nah, I'm safe with what I got. It feels good. I'm comfortable. What I know, I'm comfortable. I don't want to restart and learn this and that. And then shit, and then they be knowing that what we be saying be true. But they too comfortable in they bullshit and they fucking lies. The motherfuckers too comfortable in their lies. Like The Matrix. Go watch that movie. I'm pretty sure majority is already dead. But like The Matrix, man. They too comfortable with society on how it is. So they don't want to see the bullshit behind it. They don't want to see the wickedness right behind us in their fucking face. They don't want to see that you a motherfucking slave. Motherfuckers think they got money and they free. That shit ain't true. That shit ain't true. They can take that shit from you in a second. See, only ones who's free is the bacon from Rothschilds, Duponts, and Gettysburgs. The ones who run this shit, president shit. They can go the fucking the Rothschilds can go kill a motherfucking broad daylight with 1,000 cameras on them, 1,000 fucking witnesses in front of a fucking judge. Go walk fucking sky free. They'll try to cover that bitch up. That's free. But that's free. But they don't want to look at that. They don't want to see that they a fucking slave. They don't want to see that this whole time they've been eating up poison. But that's what they've been eating up. So they fell into these seducing spirits. All right. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. See? And that hell means the grave. Okay. So her feet goes down to death and her steps take on hell. Take hold on hell. So it's straight wickedness. The only thing that she's going to provide and give to you is wickedness. The only one's going to be able to get out of that shit, to break through those seducing spirits, are the elect. As if the Lord is dealing with you. Only way you're going to be able to break through that motherfucker. Okay? That's the only how you're going to get back to the true understanding of Yahweh Hashem Shah and love it. And that's another thing, man. When you find this truth, you have to love it. You have to love it. You have to love the knowledge. You have to seek it daily. As gold, man. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing that can come close to the truth. Okay? Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. And hear me now thereof, O ye children, depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house. So stay away from it, man. So stay away from that wicked motherfucker. Stay away from that wicked bitch. Okay? Because lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. So lest you sit down and you ponder. You're like, shit. Hey man, this shit's off. Or this bitch is off. This shit's off, man. This whole time I've been teaching. I've been getting taught some bullshit. But when I read the scriptures, it says that the Lord he's black and comely. Whole time I read the scriptures, it says his head and his hair were white like wool, as white as snow. His hands, his eyes was red, his flame was fire. His feet unto like fine, as unto like brass. His feet as unto brass, as if they burn in a furnace. So you telling me you burn some in the furnace, it comes out brown? So you telling me this whole time the Most High is a Jake? He's Judah? You telling me he's a so-called black man? But I've been being taught he's a white man. What else they been lying to me about? So unless you sit there and do that, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. So you're not going to be able to know him. Because you ain't sitting down and you ain't going to the Lord. You ain't sitting down, you ain't examining yourself. So you ain't going to know when she strikes. She's going to be thinking, yeah, everything she's saying is true. Everything she's saying is right. She wouldn't lie to me. That's what motherfuckers think, man, when they get a woman. When they deal with their little whore. The bitch go out and cheat in front of you in broad daylight. You catch her on her fucking phone. The first thing she do is gaslight your ass. Well, you better not that, this and that. I ain't cheat on you, whoopty good. Nag, fucking nag. I'm gonna come see you. Whole time she seen another nigga. Don't ever come fucking see you, but she tell you, I'll come see you tomorrow. I'll come. Never fucking does it. See? But you're gonna stay in the same fucking cycle. Because you sitting up here and you ain't going back to the Most High. Yahweh Hashem Shah. You ain't going to teach it. You ain't going and learning for yourself. So you're gonna get caught up in these philosophies, man. These false doctrines. All right? This is why, we gotta stay. This is why we gotta stay right, man. Because that's what that's going into in Revelations. Revelation 14:4. These are they which were not defiled with woman. And being defiled with woman, man, like I told you again, is these philosophies. And that's the man of the Lord who was not defiled with woman. All right? That's the men of Yahweh Hashem Shah. All right? Because they stood right. They stood right. They stayed strong. And they didn't go to and fro like a drunkard. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisy and envy and envious and all evil speakings. So laying aside all the hypocrisy, the lies, the jealousy of this world, because that's another spirit. You can be in this truth and you can be jealous of the wicked because they prospering so much, but you going through hell, but you ain't got what they got. Well, that's foolish. Don't be jealous of the wicked because the Lord is going to shut that shit straight on down. But then you got to have faith to understand that. See? Yeah. Trust me, man. It gets irritating seeing the prosper of this motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I know that when the Lord comes back, they're going to be in utter contempt and utter hell. If I stay right, I'm going to be in glory and I'm going to get the crown of life forever and evermore. See? That's the difference. So, lay aside the evil speakings, get, so if you was once, speaking, if you was once not in this truth, but you was speaking some other bullshit ass doctrine, lay that shit aside. So you're supposed to, when you speak out of scriptures, you're supposed to speak 100% truth. It's supposed to be genuine. It's supposed to be coming out through the spirit. It's not supposed to be no lies. Especially speaking out the scriptures, man. That's disrespectful as fuck. It's wicked as shit. So I'll never understand, nor do I want to understand how motherfuckers can do that shit. And know that they speaking lies. For fucking money? Please, man. The disrespect. This is why the Lord's going to put you motherfuckers to death. See? These motherfuckers got seduced by these evil spirits, man. And now they got a stronghold demon on their ass, locking them up. And they believe that what they got is godly. They believe that they in righteousness, but the whole time it's a demon that got a hold of them. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word. So you got to restart. You got to restart. Go to the basics. Learn. Learn. Don't, stay out of the Daniels, Revelations, beginning of Genesis. Eat the meat first. Drink the milk first. Get the milk first. And then when you go get better in the truth, get longer in the truth, and you continuously study, and then you be ready for the meat. Then you be ready for the Revelation. Then you be ready for the Daniel. Then you be ready for the Genesis. Then you be ready for all them tough scriptures. But get to the basics, man. Like the color of the Lord. Start with that. And get popping. Then you be able to hit the reincarnations. The Lord be supping with you. That's also in Revelation. The Lord knocketh and he shall sup with you. Then when the Lord sup with you, let him in. When he knock on your door. And then you be dealing with the reincarnation breakdown. You be going into the adultery. You be going into rape according to scriptures. You be going into you be going into all these lessons, all these breakdowns, man. You be going into the heavier breakdowns, and it'll become longer. Your videos become longer. You will start rolling, man. But in the end of the day, and then in the end of the day too, the real gist of it is, and even if you a brother that's been in truth for a while, right? But you've been studying, you still doing what you're doing, and you still struggle with some lessons, but it's okay with some scriptures, but it's okay. Just keep going back, keep on going back to it. But the main focus is, do you got faith in the Most High? And are you sincerely trying? And if you are sincere, and if you are, brother, you good. That doesn't mean that you're a 2/3. That don't mean that you're wicked. So get out your head about that shit. Because at the end of the day, you do as what your gift is given unto you. See, and then, because when you grow further, you will understand that as well. That, well, at the end of the day, this is a gift the Lord gave me. Yes, I'm still going to continue to learn about Revelation. I'm still going to continue to learn about these. But I'm also going to learn about what I can get, what I can understand. And then eventually you will be able to get and understand the higher, the deeper lessons. But you got to understand what your gifts are. See, this way you don't fall into the seducing spirits. This keeps you away from the wicked philosophies. See, because people, they'll jump to these wicked ass philosophies because it's easier for them to understand. See, they can catch it real quick. They don't got to put no work into it. They just whoop-de-woo, blah, blah, blah. Easy done. The whole time it is bullshit. Speaking lies. But it'll keep you away from that when you understand that, well, this is a gift the Lord gave me. And only because I do not know this, but only because I do not know this fully as another brother might know, or only because I can't break this down as good as another brother might be able to break it down, doesn't mean he got a better chance of making it than you. Not at all, brother. He don't. He don't. Because it's going to come down to your faith. There's been many men who knew many scriptures that's not in the truth now today. That broke down many scriptures that's not in the truth now today. So once you understand your gifts, and you stay right with the Lord, Yahweh Shem El Shah, you're going to be all good. And that's what you got to always remember. And you can continuously study. Don't become a software servant. Still study and do your scriptures and do your videos and do your breakdowns. See? And that's growth. So as a newborn babes desire the sinister milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. And that's how you're going to be able to grow. Because how does a baby grow? They drink the breast of their mother's milk. So they drink the milk. They drink the, go to their mother's titties and they drink the damn the breast milk. That's how it's supposed to be. But now motherfuckers got these GMO milks and shit, whatever the fuck. So, it's just all backwards, man. But that's how it's supposed to be. You get the milk and then you can get to the meat later. So you're supposed to grow. If so, be ye have tasted that the Lord is gracious. Because you understand, oh, wow, I got better in the scriptures. So you tasted that, oh, wow, I'm growing. I'm able to break this down. Oh, now I'm able to speak. Or I'm able to read and understand what that's talking about. And then you feel the joy, man. And you start to feel the scriptures. It's beautiful. So, yeah, man, it's beautiful, man. The whole scripture is beautiful. It's bitter but sweet. It's bitter because, the bullshit go through. Because it's hell. And you're woken up. And you understand what the fuck it is. But it's sweet because every day you can grow. And, and to me personally, I understand the scriptures is bitter, man. I get it, man. Because, we go through life as I'm going through right now. That going through hell, beating man Lord here. But it's not even if I was a wicked ass nigga, even if I wasn't in the truth, I'll still be going through hell. But because I'm in the truth, here's the sweet part. I understand why I'm going through the hell. See? And I have a way to get out of it because of Yahweh Bashim El Shah. See, the bitter part is that you make yourself a prey. That everyone's against you. Demons always lurking about, trying to get you to fall off. But for me, man, the sweet part is that too. That they're trying to get me to fall off because that's what they try to do to prophets. Is the world hating you. See, when you go to the scriptures and understand that the world hated Yahweh Shah. The world hated the disciples. The world's always hated the prophets. Shoot, they stoned Stephen. The world hated the prophets. But the prophets was the prophets, but they was chosen. And they got the kingdom of heaven. So when you look back and you think on that, that's the sweet part, baby. That shit, I'm still in the running to make it. I still got a crown. And if I stay right, I'm going to be a part of the elect. See, and that's the sweet part. So for me, the scriptures is bitter. The word is bitter, yes, but for me, it's more sweet than bitter. That's just me. Because at the end of the day, I understand that whatever hell and the hell that I have been through, that I've gone through in my life, the Lord got me out of it. He made a way out of all of it. And I understand and know that whatever hell I got coming or that I'm going through now, there's a way out of it. The Lord, when it's time, when I'm on the Lord's time, when he sees that I'm ready, he's going to bring me out to hell when it's ready, when it's on his time. And that's when you understand and you get to understand it, man. And that's also getting off that milk. That's also growing in the scriptures, man. It's all growth, So it's beautiful. It's very fucking beautiful. So I don't ever regret coming to this truth, man. I just regret not learning it earlier. I don't regret this truth. I don't regret the Lord. Knowing who my true power is. But I hate this fucking kingdom. I hate being a slave to this motherfucker. But what? Oppression makes the wise man mad. Seeing your people on the fucking bottom. And this damn base man on top. They can do whatever the fuck they want to you. And ain't shit you can do about it. Take everything you work hard for. Make your ass fucking work 24 hours. Make your ass fucking work every fucking day. About the whole time they sitting on their fucking ass laughing and watching you. Hey, when the government shut down happen, you think the government ain't eating? See? When they start to not give people money from their full money, when the people's not getting, the people who lives off of their government money, okay? When they don't get their money, do you think the government not getting paid? See? You think they not getting paid, my boy? Hell no, they getting their fucking money. They getting their check. They still good. They all good. They eating. But while you over here struggling. See? But that's oppression, man. All right. So, hey, man. So, yeah, man. So, that's beautiful. I'm about to get this precept. 3 and 1. I'm about to hit this. This is 1 Corinthians. Chapter 3, verse 1. And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in the Mashiach. So, because, when you're teaching, you have to speak to brothers as carnal because they don't understand. Because in your beginning stages, you have to be spoken to as carnal. Okay? Because you're not spiritual yet. You got to be brought up as that. You got to be taught to be spiritual. Okay? I have fed you with milk and not with meat. For hereto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able. So that's why, you feed them what? With the basic things of the scriptures. Because this truth is very simple. So you just break it down at an easier level. And then when you start to understand that easier level, you're able to grow in the scriptures, man. All right? For ye are yet carnal, for whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men? For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollo, are ye not carnal? So, that's what it's going into, man. So, that's carnal-minded, walking in envy, walking in strife, being divided amongst each other. Because that shows how carnal Israel is. Because we all believe, we're all in the scriptures, but you got different spread out fucking camp names that's teaching different wavering ass doctrines. Well, they should be teaching the doctrines of GMS, of Great Millstone. See? But that's the division. That's the carnal mind of the mother camps, man. Okay? So, yeah, man. It's all until you going through it. But we about to get this right here. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. I'm going to hit a few of these. Go ahead and get this Matthews. Get Matthews 18 and 1. It's Matthews chapter 18, verse 1. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? So, and it's also so now with this, the Lord, he rebuked his disciples. Okay? Now if you a man that cannot take rebuke, you a carnal ass motherfucker. If you cannot take rebuke, you sit over here and be in fucking anger. You sit over here and you cry all motherfucking day, you fucking emotional. I don't know, you ain't gonna make it in this thing, man. Because you're gonna be going off of your own fucking emotions instead of going off of the scriptures, instead of having faith in the Lord. Yahweh Hashem, instead of going off of what the Lord taught you. Okay? Matthew 18:1. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. So except you restart. So the Lord rebuked their ass, It's like the Lord rebuked them. Okay? The Lord rebuked them. They're his disciples. We word that. The Lord rebuked his disciples. Okay? Because in the end of the day, the Lord said you gotta come back as a child and understand. You gotta humble yourself down. And that's another thing. You gotta humble yourself down. You gotta restart. You gotta re-fucking start. You gotta put off that old man. You gotta strip yourself, man. You gotta become a child spiritually. That way you can grow up and become a man in this thing. That's what scripture says. When I became a man, I put away childish things. So you gotta put away childish things. And that's in the spiritual, that's his world. It's childish things. Worrying about, I gotta get the best cars. I gotta, whoop-de-woo. I gotta be the rich motherfucker here on life, man. That's childish to the Lord. See, where your heart is, there shall your treasures be also. See, your mind should be on, I gotta be right for the Lord. I gotta get the kingdom of heaven. See? Those who are in my church, I gotta do me a video. I gotta go to the highways and byways and speak. I gotta go study. I gotta make sure I put the Lord first. That's when you growing, becoming a man. You understand, you checking yourself. You checking your flesh. You checking your spirit. See, when you a child, you can't do that when you a baby. You gonna do whatever, willy-nilly. You know, you still gotta be told, gotta be rebuked. Which every man at times gotta be rebuked, but you gotta be rebuked consistently. You always gotta tell a child, no, don't do that. That ain't the way you gotta do it. What you doing? Stop, chill out. Well, that's what you gotta be told a lot of times. Nah, this ain't right. No, let me teach you. That's why you gotta sit down. You gotta teach a child, and you gotta learn. So as a child, you gotta sit there and shut the fuck up and learn. And then when you're ready, then you grow up to be able to speak, because you went through the studying. You know, whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So if you be humble, and whosoever shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. So you receive the Lord. So you got to humble yourself. Okay? So you got to restart, man. That's a humbling process. A lot of men sit there and be like, what? You telling me what I know? Better lie? I've been alive for 40 years. What your little 17-year-old ass gonna tell me? What your little 22, 23, 25-year-old, 30-year-old ass gonna tell a 40-year-old, 50-year-old man? What you gonna fucking tell me? That what I've been going through is a lie? Don't get on some of that bullshit. You ain't been through life. You don't see, because they all carnal. See, you might be older than me fleshly. You might got the more wisdom than me fleshly, but if you haven't been in the truth and you like 30-something, 28 years old, it's even more humbling for them, honestly. To be real, if you coming in this thing, man, you already, you know, if you're grown up in it, and you already been through it, you know, life and shit, and you like, fucking like, well, from like 18, like, especially like, not really, if you really live like, first about 25, 23, 20, 30, 40 years old, mainly like 25 on up, you come to this thing, man, you already been through life and shit, man. 30 on up, it's harder for them to come in the truth, because it's going to be hard for them to humble down and be up under someone who's much younger than them, but been in the truth longer than them. See? Because they got to be told that everything that they've known is a lie. But if they humble down, they actually sit and listen. If the Spirit's growing with them, they're part of the elect. But if they can't do that, man, the Lord just wasn't dealing with them. You know? So, man, so, yeah, man. So that's how strong them, man, the wicked philosophies are. That's what Esau, man, they dug into their head. They seared that bitch with a hot iron, make sure that you couldn't break a hold of it. They been taught, man, all these, the Greek, you got people who still believe in these Greek gods and shit, these Edomites and shit, but who gives a fuck what they believe in? They off anyway. But you got Jake that believe in that shit, that believes in that shit too. The Athenas and shit, the fucking, the Zeus, that he's real, yeah, he be there's a lightning god. But they see it with a hot iron. See how strong these fucking philosophies are, man. They've been defiled by women. Alright? This is Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs 6:6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Because ants are very wise, man. Because they work together. If you would notice, go watch an ant, YouTube, or go outside. Matter of fact, just go outside and watch an ant. Go see how they work together. You know, they be in one accord. They be in order. Ants be in order, man. So you motherfuckers need to go watch the ants. But hey, man, some real shit. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. I'm not joking. But go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. So consider the ant's ways and be wise, because they're very wise creatures. They work together, you know. They be on one accord, you know, and they don't be lazy. They get out and they go do what they gotta do. They gotta go work. So you can't be lazy in this thing, man. If you're not feeling like, I don't want to do the scripture today, I'm not about to do it today, I can't, I'm not feeling it. Well, you're a fucking sluggard, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. See, they go get their shit. They do what they gotta do. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Get a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy wants as an armed man. So for those that want to not do none according to scriptures, for those that just want to sit around, watch YouTube all day, scroll on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, play video games all day, not do what you got to do for the Most High, you know, you got destruction coming your way. You just not part of the elect, you know. You need to go watch the ants. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 6. Back on this right here. This is, forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. See, forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. So forsake the wickedness, forsake the foolish words, forsake the philosophies of this world, because it's all foolish, you know. So you got men that fucking get pissed off when you rebuke them. That's fucking foolish. That's a foolish man. Because how else you supposed to learn if you can't take rebuke? You got man, you tell them you doing wrong, you ain't right, they gonna tell you how right they are. But you gonna give them the fucking facts that they fucking wrong. The fucking fact says that you're fucking wrong. So now you gonna tell the facts that the facts is wrong? Bro, man, you got men like that, bro. You got men like that. I tell you that. That's especially, man, these scriptures, man. So a man like that, they can't grow. So forsake them, man. You gotta keep it moving. Don't be worried about them, man. Do worry about yourself. You continue to worry about them, and then you're gonna look up, man. You haven't been doing your studies. You haven't been doing what you gotta do. You're too worried about the fucking foolish motherfucker. All right. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth to himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. So you rebuke reprove not a scorner, lest he hate you. So we rebuke these fools. You know, you rebuke a foolish man, he gonna fucking hate your ass. Nah. Talk shit about you. Talk hella shit about you. But before, you was talking good when you was on the side. When you was like, oh yeah, because when he was saying some right shit, when he was like, yeah, calm. But then Moby says some off shit, you gonna tell me some off shit, he fucking hates you. Well, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. You know? But when you rebuke a wise man, he will love you. Why? Be like, calm. Hey, beautiful. He's like, Thwada, man, you saved me on that one. You know, that's how it be, man. Those are the genuine brothers. Yeah, you right. You know? Then that's how you can grow. That's growth. When you can take rebuke. That shows that you love Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That shows that you down for the Lord. See, a lot of men cannot take rebuke, man. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get this precept real quick. A lot of men can take rebuke, man. So that's why a lot of men fall out the truth. You know, a lot of people will fall out. And I've seen dealt brothers in, YSO, in our camp that I'm in, that was in our camp. And they fucking fell out just because of rebuke. Ecclesiastes 7:5, because they want to listen. The Lord ain't dealing with you. You a fucking fool, because they all fools. At the end of the day, they want to go off their own mind. They want to go off the sweetness, the philosophies. And now what the fuck they doing? Speaking some off shit. They back into the fucking the seducing spirits came and railed their ass in. Evil spirits came and railed their ass in. And next thing you know, they fucking off now, man. Speaking some fucking bullshit. What they was laughing at, saying, yeah, man, you fucking off. Saying that, the man of the Lord in Corinth, that there ain't no motherfucking Jakes, that Cornelius was not an Israelite. Man, you off, man. Saying that there was no Judites in Rome. Saying that there was no Israels in Rome. You off. Now they going off saying that. Oh, no, Cornelius is a white man. They become what they hate. Saying that adultery and shit is wicked. But now they over there committing adultery. Now they over there speaking foolishly. over there saying that the true name is Yahweh Hashem Shah, which is they was right. But now they fell out. Now they saying the name ain't Yahweh Hashem, it's Jesus Christ. Now they saying the name's Jesus Christ. Now they saying all this fucking bullshit. Or now they ain't saying the name at all. See? Now they back, they got what? You got to come to something, man. Either you going to be right with the Lord, either you're going to be praising the Lord, bro, or you're going to be doing the work of Satan. Because even if you ain't doing the work at all, you're doing the work of Satan. Simple as that. So you either going to be doing the work of Satan, you're either going to be doing the work of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You're going to be speaking right, or you're going to be speaking the work of Satan. All right? Ecclesiastes 7:5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of fools. See? It's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the songs of fools. Okay? It's a lot better, man, because at the end of the day, it's going to keep you right, but the songs of fools are going to steer you off. I'm going to jump down to verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. So when you get rebuked, man, next thing you know, you talking mad shit. Oh, fuck you. You rebuked me. I'm mad now. You a fucking fool, man. You know, use your fucking head. I need to go watch Bruce Lee. I need to go watch Bruce Lee. Get mad at Bruce Lee when he teach you something. There's a scene when the man was pointing at the finger, man. I recently seen it. The man was pointing at the finger up to the sky. Bruce Lee came up to him and he was like, he smacked him. Pop. No. Don't look. Basically told him, don't look at the finger. I mean, you're looking at the finger when you're missing all this heavenliness. When you're missing the moon. You should be looking at the moon. When you're missing the moon. That's what he's saying. When you're missing the moon. Go look for yourself. Butcher the shit out of it. But the gist of it is, you rebuked his ass. Why you got on him? Smacked him. Pop. Man, you would be like, man, fuck you, Bruce Lee. What's up? Bruce Lee kick your ass. All right, but, hey, shit. The Lord rebuke you motherfuckers. Through the men. Next thing you know, you want to get in your brother's face. Because he rebuked you. Now you want to go fight your brother. See? And now the Lord going to give you a spiritual ass whooping. You know? But you got men in this thing, man. You rebuke them. They're going to come try to run up on you and fight you. And shit, if you got to, man, whoop their ass. According to scripture. Shit, they trying to hurt you, man. You know? So, hey, they ain't right. But that's just what you got. They a fucking fool. Because they let their emotions guide them. You got to be water. Like Bruce Lee said, you got to be water. You got to be smooth, man. You got to think with your head, not with your emotions. Get your emotion out of it. That's a woman thing. Constantly being emotional and shit. That's a fucking woman. It's a woman-ass shit, man. The fuck? You either came out with a dick or did you come out with a pussy? You know, but you got men, you know, they act like they came out with a fucking pussy. All emotional and shit. Well, when you off, you fucking off. You get corrected, you get corrected. You learn by it and don't do it again. It's just simple, man. And that's how you grow. Alright. So yeah, man. So I hope that was an edifying lesson. I'm gonna close out on that. And with that, like I said, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And salutations of like Israel. This is the brother Tazman. And with that, Shalom and above all.